Alcohol Tipping Point is brought to you in partnership with Speak Studios and Speak Boise. Speak Boise is a community-driven studio space where voices from all walks of life can speak and be heard. You can find them on Instagram and Facebook at Speak Studios, Speak Boise, and at their website, speakstudios.com. Speak Studios, speak and be heard. This podcast is also brought to you by Instant Imprints. Promote better with Instant Imprints. Instant Imprints are Boise's visual communications experts and your place for everything you need to promote your business, club, school, or group. As a locally owned business, Instant Imprints specializes in making your organization more visible with custom branded apparel, embroidery, promotional items, print services, and wide format printing for signs, as well as banners and vehicle graphics. Want better ways to get noticed? Visit Instant Imprints at instantimprints.com/Boise or call 208-IMPRINT. That's 208-467-7468. Attention Idaho and California residents. If you're shopping for a mortgage, contact PacFi, a mortgage brokerage with the top wholesale lenders in the nation. They are committed to simplifying the mortgage process, saving you time and money. Call 858-442-7048 or visit pacfi.com. NMLS number 1462943, Equal Housing Lender. Welcome back to the Alcohol Tipping Point. I'm your host, Debbie Maisner, and today is just me. And I'm going to use this time to talk about cravings because that is a question I get a lot, and it's a struggle a lot with a lot of people when they are trying to quit drinking. For them, it's how can I manage the cravings? So first of all, a craving is just like a desire. It's a feeling or an emotion. And it's just you get a craving for drinking, for alcohol. You could have a craving for chocolate. You could have a desire to, I don't know. Anything that you have a desire for is a craving. It's something you want. It's a strong feeling. So just to remind you, though, like feelings and emotions, they're temporary. They do go away. You're not always going to feel them. They're going to come and go. That's just the nature of emotions. That's just how our mind works. And I find that comforting because I know that if I can sit with any emotion for a long time, then I can handle anything. And I'm not even talking a long time. I'm talking for moments. So throughout the day, we have all these different emotions, anywhere from feeling anxious to fear, to joy, to curiosity. These are all emotions that we feel throughout our body. And so remembering that a craving is just an emotion and it's temporary can be very helpful. It can be very uncomfortable though, and I think that's what is a struggle for a lot of people because we don't want to feel pain or uncomfortable. And that makes sense because that's how your brain works. You're either moving towards pleasure or you're moving away from pain. And so what gives you pleasure? Probably taking a drink, you get that ultimate relief and you get that buzz. And then it also relieves the pain of the craving. So it's both causing the pain and relieving the pain. So it's just very complicated inside your brain. And that's what makes it hard to deal with the cravings. So remembering that it is temporary. I like to say a craving is like a fart. It can come on strong, it stinks, but then it dissipates. It goes away. It always does. But in the meantime, what do you do to fill that space when you are feeling the craving? And so I'm just going to go through some real specific strategies. So number one is eat. Blood sugar can when you have low blood sugar, that can make you crave alcohol even more. So it's your body is so used to getting that fuel from alcohol. I mean, really, your body wants any fuel. It will take it from any substance it can. So be that sugar, protein, carbs, alcohol, fat, whatever. That's what we're fueling our bodies with. Well, when we have low blood sugar, we tend to our body wants to fix itself really quick. And so that's why it goes to alcohol. And that's also why when you do quit drinking, you might notice more sugar cravings. Totally normal. So what I would suggest is just having a snack. Just eat regularly. Have a snack that has both protein and carbohydrates like apples and peanut butter, nuts and cheese, hummus with carrots, and then drink it with a full glass of water. And then if your goal really is not to drink at all, that should be your only focus. So if you want to eat candy, go for it. If you want to have cake, go for it, because you are already saving so many calories when you're not drinking that your only focus can be, I'm not going to drink. It's not the time to diet. Okay, so eating to help with cravings. The other one is breathing. This seems natural, right? But really what I want to talk to you about is a technique called box breathing, which is actually something that Navy SEALs use in their training. And the reason why is it reduces cortisol in your body. So cortisol is your stress hormone. It's the hormone that makes you gain weight. It's the bad hormone. It does serve its purpose, but it's the hormone we don't want a lot of. So box breathing, if you do it for a minute, you will naturally reduce the cortisol levels in your body. You'll feel more calm and you'll feel more focused. So what you do with box breathing is you inhale for 4 seconds. You hold for 4 seconds, and then you exhale for 4 seconds, and you repeat that. And so you just take a moment, pause, check in with yourself when you're feeling that craving, acknowledge that you're feeling the craving, and then do your deep breaths. Okay. Another tip is to chew gum. So chewing minty gum or brushing your teeth. So this is actually a tip for weight loss as well, but just the action of chewing can reduce your hunger. It can make you feel fuller, and it helps you experience fewer cravings. And then I don't know if you've noticed, but after you brush your teeth, nothing really tastes very good afterwards. So it's just an act that you can do to take your mind off of the cravings and just make the thought of like a beer after you brush your teeth just sound disgusting. Trust me, I've tried it. It is gross. Another tip is to change your physical state. So what that means is just getting out of your head and getting into your body. So you can break that mindset cycle of fixating on your cravings by doing something physical. So, and it doesn't even have to be much. So you could stop, you can do jumping jacks, you can splash ice cold water on your face, you can clap your hands really loud and fast, you can rub your hands on your thighs just really quickly, back and forth, and that just takes you out of your head and into your body. Because the cravings, that's what's going on inside your head. So that is our focus, to get out of our head and into our body. Another technique, not for everyone, would be to have a replacement drink. So go ahead and have a drink, but not an alcohol drink. So just the ritual of fixing a drink can help curb the craving. So you could try a mocktail, you could try a non-alcohol beer. You're replacing your usual habit with something else. And that can be really effective, because if you remember, when we make habits, we're making new neural pathways in our brain. And those become like highways super fast. And so when we're trying to change a habit, it's like we're literally building a new road. Well, if you're, and say you've had this habit of getting home from work, going to the garage fridge and drinking a beer. and you've had that habit, and it's just like a super highway, it's the Autobahn. And so to break that habit is really difficult. So what you could do is get home from work, go to the garage fridge and get a non-alcohol beer. And so you're actually building your neural pathway. You're building the road right along the Autobahn that you've already built, but you're making it easier. So that can be very effective for people. For some people, they find it to be a trigger. For myself, when I was quitting drinking and I started drinking non-alcohol beer, it was very effective for me to just drink one of the, and they're gross, they really are. But I felt like, oh, I'm still going out to the fridge. I'm getting something cold. It tastes like beer, but I'm not having the effects of alcohol. So fantastic tip for you. Another thing is just mindfulness. So you can, like I said, you really need to check in with yourself and your emotions. Because half the time we don't even know what we're feeling, and we're just doing all these automatic things without even thinking about it. So if you take the time to check in with your emotions, super effective. So one technique's called HALT, and what that stands for is the H in HALT is for hungry. Are you actually hungry? Like I said, low blood sugar can lead to cravings. So if you're hungry, eat something. The A is anxious or lonely. So are you, not lonely, anxious or angry? So are you feeling anxious? So that's where you can then do some of those other body techniques where you're doing jumping jacks, or you're doing some of the self-compassion exercises if you're feeling anxious. If you're feeling lonely, that's the L in HALT. So phone a friend, text a friend, go on Facebook, just do something to feel connection. And then the T is tired. Are you just actually tired and you're wanting a drink? So you can, if you have time, you could take a little quick nap, or you can take even a 10-minute walk. Really helps rev up your juices and your energy. Again, you're doing something physical. You're taking yourself out of your head and into your body. So those are just some real quick tips to help you with your alcohol cravings. I will put a link in the show notes if you want to download those, and you could print them out and put them on your fridge or have them with you or in your phone or whatever's helpful. But just remember again that cravings are temporary and they don't last. And sometimes you just have to ride the craving to the other side. Can be difficult, and you can acknowledge that, and then you can move on. So thank you for listening today to this shorter episode. I hope you found it helpful. Again, I'll link to that, those craving tips that you can get in the show notes. Would love if you leave a review, and we would appreciate it here at Speak Studios in Boise too. If you left a review, it just helps us keep the doors open. And I want to thank you so much. Keep practicing. You are worth it. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Alcohol Tipping Point. I'm always here for you guys, so please feel free to reach out and talk to me on Instagram at Alcohol Tipping Point, and check out my website, alcoholtippingpoint.com. Again, I hope you can use these tips we talked about for the rest of your week. And until then, see you next time.